is a summer vibe. People, welcome. You know what this is.
You trying something new?
Nah, we did this 6 times.
Trying something new?
We did this shit 6 times.
We veterans now.
Yeah.
Oh, we vets now. Look,
You know what this is.
You sense the experience.
You know who y'all came to see.
Took off the dust.
You know, insert the DJ clue bombs. Insert the air horns.
We ain't recorded a little bit because we was out here polishing our skills. Now we came back like, yo, what's up? What's good?
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
be honest with these people. Nah, we was busy.
We was busy.
We was busy.
I ain't gonna say booked and bound.
We were booked with our lives.
Booked in our lives. Yeah.
Sorry.
I never got booked before.
Yeah,
nah, I ain't get booked for nothing. You got booked before?
You got booked? He got booked. He got booked.
Nah, not booked. No, not booked.
You got detained.
What book? Like, you get paid for it?
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't get paid for it. But
I ain't get booked.
Yo.
I didn't get paid for it.
He's industry.
Yo.
That's industry.
I didn't get paid for it. Not booked.
Yo.
Freelance.
Be trying to tell this dude. I've been trying to tell this
You
dude.
did a whole freelance.
We not gonna talk about, but this dude, bruh, is famous, bruh.
No, volunteering.
Yeah. Add him on. He has 37,000.
I didn't get no money.
Okay.
Yo, go pay him for that. He did a good job.
So while Kiman tries to figure out how he not famous, even though we know he is, welcome guys to another episode of the Social Podcast. We are back. Full effect. We got some new energy right now.
You know what this is?
So my day started off bad though, because of Kiman.
Wow.
Let me tell y'all why.
Yo, shouts out to the people at LA Fitness.
Shouts out to the people who have a 5 and actually when they go to the gym actually get to go with their 5.
Yep.
Because I didn't experience that this morning when I called Key like, yo, and I called him last night, you hooping? Making sure my at least my big 3 that I got was together. We could pick up 2 whoever, we'd be good. He said, yeah, I'm hooping. I said, I bet. Called him. Nothing. I'm like, okay, cool. Kiman good for that. Good for a good no pickup once or twice. Once the 3rd one come, I know it's a dub. I know it's a dub.
I recorded last night. That's why.
Listen, I understand you recorded last night, but if you'd have seen what I had to go through today on that court, you would see why I don't have any remorse right now. When you got to pick up the others.
Yo, you know what? No. Don't disrespect that. Shouts out to the others because
I ain't gonna no.
Shouts out to the others.
The others are great individually.
We are the right players.
Listen, if you have a 5,
get those max contracts.
Listen. When you have a 5, you understand there's chemistry. I don't like having to say, yo, cut to the basket. I should already look at you and you be like, all right, bet. And then doing them head nods. And that if I ain't on the head nod level like this and you cutting, like nah, like I can't rock with that. That's why everybody else out here sitting and making plays and shit. I gotta say like, yo, cut to the basket. Now I'm letting people know he cut to the basket. Now I want to hit you one of those like, yo.
But you ain't gotta tell me, yo, cut to the basket. But you really mean it like, yo, just fake it, pop right out.
Yeah, exactly. I see, but chemistry. That's what chemistry.
Oh, we got chemistry.
Kiman, I see Kiman coming down fast break. He already know. He already know.
He gonna drop a 30.
Yeah, good. I want him to drop 30. This is the dirty guy.
Drop 30 in a 21 point.
But guess what? He can't.
21 point.
He couldn't score 30 if he wanted then. Yeah, JoJo.
Yeah.
You too.
Yeah.
I'm on. First of all, JoJo. Cause I know you're gonna watch this. I'm definitely on your ass good.
Yo, shout out to JoJo.
First of all, shout out. Y'all ever got that one friend that be like, yo, make sure you don't leave me, bro, cause you always leave me. And then you like, I bet. So then now I'm blowing your phone up like I'm your girl or something, and then nothing. So now I look like an asshole.
And you never hit you back?
Bro, till right now, like till right from 7 o'clock this morning, cause that's when we hoop. From 7 o'clock this morning to right now, as we recording, this man has not hit me back, text, nothing. So you fucking up this big 3. You mess up your eye.
You gonna get traded.
You about to get traded.
You gonna get traded to Memphis.
First of all,
for a second round.
The word trade is very sensitive to me right now, so I don't even want to talk about trade.
Shout out to the Knicks. 43 wins this year, baby. 43 and 39. What do you do, baby? Yep.
Okay, so Darrian's been drinking. So,
no, I haven't. But that's a fact. I think it can happen.
Anybody who's a Knicks fan that said they're getting 40-something wins, shit.
43 and 39, shit. Baby.
I want whatever you having. But, so today we have a list of things that's been going on in the culture. A lot A lot of hot girl summer deduction points going on here today.
Deduction.
A lot what the deductions like.
What's the difference between hot girl and city girl?
You know what? I don't even know because I don't think they know because they be combining that shit sometimes.
I should go out.
All I know is each one of them put up a video. They either go up 50 or down 1,000. So it don't. It just be. It be fluctuating too much. Hot boys up though. That's what I'm saying. We out here. I told my grandma hot boy.
What's the city boy?
First of all, I looked it up. No, I didn't look it up. I seen on Instagram definition. I'm not claiming that.
City boys are wild motherfuckers.
City boys are wild. It's a wild definition that you don't.
Well, city girls are wild. They gotta be a wild.
Nah, city girls get they shit, but city's boy definition is like you like sex with men and shit like that. Like,
Wait.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the definition I seen on Instagram. I swear to God.
You looked it on Instagram?
No, somebody posted on Instagram.
I'm not going to Urban Dictionary. What's the city boy?
How? Why gotta be with men though?
I don't know. Listen, whoever posted that shit, apparently city girls can get whatever they want. They can scandal and shit. We get just butt sex.
Hey,
that's what makes you a city
Who made
girl.
that up with a female?
I don't know. It probably was, bro. They
It
tried.
had to be a girl.
Yeah, it had to be a girl.
City or girls don't have nothing to do with a man, but city and boy got something to do with a man. That makes no sense.
I don't know. Look. What it say? What it say? No. Look. Hey, yo, for the viewers and listeners, bruh, saw definition and scroll down to see the alternatives.
See synonyms.
He trying to see like words
Yo.
like city.
Nah, hold on. I want to make sure this is a credible one. Shouts out to Lil Duval because Lil Duval just made
First of all, you clicked on it. That means it was credible enough for you.
Yeah, Lil Duval said a city boy. This is the top definition from Urban Dictionary. This is not an ad, so we're not trying to give him no shine. But a player in the all-star game of city boys vs hot girls who fights for respect of all men out there doing wrong by women who act out of attention. City boys just scored a 3 from half court. No.
That's not what
Here we go. Here's a real city boy. A male who is living his very best life and chasing the bag at all times without letting hot girls or any female get in the way. Shouts out to the city boys.
That's a city boy.
Alright, so whoever posted on Instagram, you got a grudge against city boys, but I'm still saying hot boys.
A female made that post.
Yeah, they probably hate it because y'all down 1,000, especially after this week's. This person right now, Apryl Jones, the frontier for y'all hot. Yeah, I think this shit should be canceled.
You know the frontier. She like to.
She canceled their whole shit. Like that shit got rained out.
They didn't go to the GM. They didn't go to the president of the hot girls. Man.
So yeah, but we got a lot of conversations.
Hot girl, man.
We got a lot of conversations, different things, a lot going on in the culture. But since we here, Apryl Jones out here canceling Hot Girl Summer. She is out here wilding. First of all, we all know about the Apryl Jones situation. What's your take on it? How do you guys feel about Miss Apryl Jones out here? Acting a fool. acting a donkey out here.
I mean, as a man.
Say that shit out loud.
What position am I? Am I in Mario position or am I in Lil Fizz position? Two different answers.
See, look.
That's a fact. Don't. You asked for our opinion.
No. The situation is.
Start from Fizz.
I want to hear from Fizz. We don't talk about Fizz.
As Lil Fizz, and I'm not cool with the dude no more.
I need some more bass in that.
I'm saying it's a go. Like.
Oh wait, alright. But you still doing business with him though. You still pop locking on stage with him and shit.
He don't look that cool with him on You Got Served. Like
You Got Served was a long time ago. They was worried about Lil Saint. Like they ain't got no time to be beefing.
Lil Saint.
There's a lot going on. It was a lot going on.
I mean,
it was Marcus Houston that was in that moment.
Honestly, it just depends on how strong your relationship. But if we just business partners and we separated and now we're business partners again, like I feel like there's not that much there for me to prevent that from happening. Like, especially if that's my best friend. Like, we just business partners. That's my best friend.
Alright, but so do we have? Because right now only thing we can do is assume we outside looking in.
Mm-hmm.
But for what is put out to the public, do you think that what we see is more of showing that they are friends, or do we actually visually see like, oh nah, these niggas don't fuck each other and they haven't for a long time, or they probably never did? Do we see more evidence of that?
I think they just business partners.
Business partners on.
I don't think
business
they're
partners on.
friends.
See, I think that if I decide to do a whole boy group and we out here doing shit, like I feel like we have to be cool at a point in life to
You
at
can be
least
cordial.
Yeah, but I don't.
That's like hooping with dudes that I mean you hoop with them, you go with them when you playing with them, but when you're not playing with them, you don't got nothing in common.
Yeah,
really-
alright, cool. But when you go into a Branchbrook League or something, you don't ask the dudes you play with at LA Fitness to hop on your roster. You call your peoples that you have. Yeah, alright.
But I'm saying, but those random dudes that you play with, you have chemistry with or whatever, off the court, there's no relationship.
It could have been
So
like that.
I could be dancing with you when you guys serve and making songs with you, but when we done all of that, I'm going home, chilling with my best friend, which is your baby mother, but we not cool like that. So, I mean, it depends. Like, but if they are cool or was cool, like tight, I feel like nah, you shouldn't do that.
If that's your man's, like if y'all made money together, and y'all consider yourselves brothers, y'all consider yourselves family. If y'all go on TV and y'all go in there and you say, yo, listen, this is my family, this is my brothers, whatever, and then you go out and do that, then cool. And then that's like a whole different level of. There's a different level of respect that is there. That line is drawn right there, at the respect level. But if it's in the aspect of it being just strictly business partners and strictly business, like cool. You could talk it, you could do this, you could do X, Y, Z, you could say what you want, whatever. Just know we got OVO Fest next month. You know what I mean? Like it's like
but they've been B2K for I understand they had the issues along this way, but like they've been B2K for a long ass time. Like I feel like even if y'all not that cool, y'all still did so. Like it's different if y'all just did a couple businesses together, like y'all just did some shows together. Like y'all was a legit group. Y'all legit spent majority of your days together. So that means regardless of what, to me, a relationship has to form. Like unless y'all dead ass hit each other and y'all just like, nah, that just said y'all sucked it up and y'all was the best figures in the world. But y'all was out here dancing in circles, alternating and shit. Like that was cool. So like, or at least cool enough to make this work back in that day and then now resurge now. Cause think about it, you still have now it's a tour coming back up for them, so it's like a re-emergence for them. Has to be a conversation that has been brewing for a minute before that happens. So that means if I'm like, I don't fuck with this nigga, like I don't want to do that shit, then that's what it will be. We see that happen to a lot of like groups, even in all realms of entertainment. Like listen, like if I'm not rocking with him, like I don't want to do that shit. So my thing is though, like that wasn't the issue here. I mean, I don't know, it could have been money. They needed the money, so they scratched it. But I feel like they should have been able to be cool enough to have a certain level of respect.
Yeah.
That not like at least it should have been handled differently. I'm not saying don't fuck with her because listen, like people gonna do what they're gonna do. Like you can't help who you like, whatever. Cool. It's to me the issue I have with her and Fizz in a way is because of the way it's handled. Like,
what's the problem with Fizz though? If he's not really saying anything.
he ain't saying shit.
No, I mean, the reason I'm saying, and I'm not even saying this is a credible source, but I'm just saying like when I was seen like on social media, and I don't believe anything I see on social media, but if I was to see like they was fighting and shit like that, arguing and shit like that, I mean I would assume that before reading anything, like like my nigga, we just hopped off the tour together, like now I gotta see you FaceTime her, like that's my whole baby mother, ex, all that shit. So and then now you gotta think like all the times that as men we have problems with our girls, we come to each other like yo, I'm going through this. So now I'm thinking about all the time Lil Fizz probably was a lending ear, all that shit. And now you out here fucking with her.
But what if,
vice versa for her as well.
But what if the better relationship is with the girl, not with Mario?
Wait, so a better relationship. Also, Fizz has a better relationship with Apryl, than he does with Omar.
Because you were saying they business. I keep saying they business partners. So they made it through the years. They cool, yeah. Like they don't have a beef with each other, but they not like brothers.
Yeah.
But they cool, like. But this is my sis. Like this is my best friend. Like this girl, like. I go to war with her. Like this is my best friend. I'm saying, is he still wrong? Like.
Yeah, because he is wrong.
But
because
the relationship is with
no, but here's why. Because then every dude that be like that has a girlfriend and be like, yo, this is my sis, and then now when you break up with your girl, all of a sudden your sis is your new girl. Like that means
that depends.
That's conflicting.
It is, but it happens.
It does happen.
It happens all the time.
But my thing is, as dudes, we always present the logic like, yo, why you even thinking like that? So my thing is that now we kind of just breaking down any future argument a nigga could ever make. So for you nigga watching it, if you're a man watching it, I apologize. We just fucked that whole line up.
Yeah, baby, you know. If your girl got a best friend that's a dude,
depends.
It depends on what it depends on.
It really
what the hell does it depend on?
It depends on a lot of things. Like,
what?
like if my girl got a male best friend, y'all gotta be best friends since y'all was in diapers or some shit. Like, well, if y'all was, then I will be more accepting because I'm like.
What if he's single? They always talking.
If he's single, I mean, I wouldn't be threatened by it until I see how he maneuvers around her, or like things I've seen. Like,
so if they got their own like little inside jokes and like.
I mean, you're always gonna be worried about that. It's vice versa because it's somebody that has a certain intimate level. When you have inside jokes, a certain intimate level, whether it's a friendship, but it's a certain level
like
of.
It's amount fair though.
It's
because if with this.
That's no, but that,
we
I
cannot have a female best friend.
No, but listen, but I said this, but that's why. I use that same argument for all the girls that agree with Apryl Jones. I like because it was a girl that agreed with her. She commented on our page, and she told me her scenario, but I'm like, listen, your scenario seems to me to be a little different because one from the picture she painted. Just you talk to one person, didn't work out, but you ended up now you married to his best friend, whatever. That's cool.
She's not married to his nigga.
Yeah, no, she really engaged or married. Like they've been together for a minute. They have a relationship, got a family, everything. They're a pretty beautiful family. But what I'm saying is that's a situation that you can't argue that. I'm not gonna argue that. I'm arguing with this because of the situation, how it's being handled. Like, first of all. You gotta operate differently when you're in the media. Second of all, like you dead, like you. I'm not even gonna enter the second video because there's a second video. I'm not gonna talk about that yet. But it's how she going about it. Like she's going about it in a way like she really don't care at all. Like, and she's been. My thing is though is that I felt you could sense a vibe of spitefulness out of this. Because she used to go on IG Live, bashing Omarion, doing this and that, and then now you're just messing with Fizz. For my thing is that now sometimes like with the other girl, sometimes okay cool you mess with dude or girl, didn't work out, then all of a sudden you find out you value like the best friend or the friend or whatever, cool. But my thing is you making it seem like that whole time like you was kind of like attracted to him, and.
But what if they wasn't though?
They were just friends.
Okay, cool.
What's in the video they was?
Cool, alright, cool. The reason why I say that, only reason why I say that now is because now enters second video. Where she's explained, where she is a video of her talking to another male best friend, I guess it's on the show or whatever, talking to another male best friend. He's explaining to her the situation, like how it looks funny and shit like that. And she said, well, me and you are best friends and people think that we had sex, but we didn't yet. That's what she said. She said we didn't yet. So now you already fucking with Fizz now, and you telling your current male best friend that like we ain't do nothing yet.
But what if she just saying it like keep it a buck like we haven't. Like, yeah. We don't know why we should gonna go. But I guess that's something that
she is keeping a buck, but that's
reality.
It is reality, but it doesn't. But my thing is though, like who does that help? Like that's like me saying like. I'm with my girl and I'm like oh you like her, like oh you think she cute or whatever, or I have a female best friend and they'd be like, well y'all do anything? I'm like nah, not yet. Like I don't know what could happen. Like that sounds problematic.
It sounds crazy, but that's reality.
It do sound. It is. Listen, a lot of things is reality.
Goes back to that. But you know what I'm saying, you can't say certain saying certain things and doing certain things is too different. Like her saying that sounds crazy, but that is reality. Like I could have a relationship with a female. That's my best friend. Mm-hmm. In reality, this relationship could go beyond. But to say that, it sounds crazy. Like I could say, yo, I don't know how this me and her gonna go on in the future, but right now, if I don't say nothing, it's just my best friend.
That's true.
So I'm saying it's like,
but it gets into that void where it's like you're basically. It's basically that it kills every side, women and males arguments of having opposite sex best friend. We'd be like,
that's why we shouldn't have. That's why we shouldn't have them.
No,
see, but that's what I'm saying.
That shit is toxic to me.
I don't think it's toxic. It has to be boundaries set by.
We gotta have a lot of things in common.
But like, even if you set some type of boundaries, I feel like your emotions are gonna be the best of you.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on the situation, depending on the moment, depending on what type of what the vibe is, what the energy is, something can always happen. So when she says like, yo, not yet, it's like, fam. To me personally, after watching the first video, not the one with the best friend, the first video where she talks about the relationship between her and Fizz, I don't see the fucking problem. I really don't.
I just think she handled it wrong, and I feel like this is another ploy.
I could see where you're coming from with how she handled it, because I think this was like, first of all, shouts out to Mona Scott Young, because this is another W on the fucking board.
She just cashing checks.
Mona, this has been a hot summer. Between Mona Scott Young and the NBA free agency and NBA offseason, this has been a hot summer. Like, yo, this has been a hot summer for you.
On top of that, today 100 degrees.
Yeah, on top of the 110 shit.
Yeah,
so
that's a real hot summer.
But my shit is like my whole thing is on this is in the video she talks about how they're just friends. They've been friends. They've been friends for years. They've been kicking it for the longest. And she said, "Listen, if I want to give it up to him, he deserves it."
But you was friends with him for years through the fact that she was with Omarion.
Only reason, yeah.
Got a whole, and I think having a child really changes a lot of it too. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like,
is that the kid?
Like that changes a lot too. Like this
is that the deciding factor?
That's a factor that warrants you to take this a different direction. If y'all want to do that, cool, but needs to be handled a lot more delicately than it was. Like right now, you out here doing interviews. Wow, like now I'm giving the pussy up to this nigga. Like
keeping it a buck. Like
she is keeping it.
What you want her to do?
And we wanted to be censored. Like we don't want the raw truth, because that is the truth. Like whatever.
It is the raw truth, but with the raw truth, it will show character. That's what I'm saying.
That she's honest as hell.
Yeah, it don't show that she honest. See, but my thing is,
I don't show she honest.
It does show. I mean, that's her honesty. That's her honesty. Like that's her truth. But what I'm saying is that if your truth, if you don't give a fuck who you hurting and your truth, like that's what I'm saying.
What if she's not thinking about the baby mother? What if she just thinking about me and my best friend? She's not thinking.
But that's what I'm saying. When you do things like this, these are things you should be thinking about.
Why?
I'm sure
because these are things that are going to be affected by it.
I'm sure she thought about that in the retrospect of thinking about what's important for her. But at the same time, too, as much as people view her as a mother, as view her in a different light, she's still her. Like, yo, this is how I feel. Like, cool, I know I have a kid. I know I have this X, Y, and Z, but this is my fucking life.
So, but
I want to be with my... If Shorty wants to let Fizz hit, she said he deserves that. She gave it up to
but they together. Like we ain't talking about some just hit. Like they together. Like that means like now y'all the new couple or whatever. Like this y'all now y'all on the show. Like this is y'all shit now. Like y'all together, and that's what I'm saying. So now you together, well or whatever dating, whatever y'all want to call it, and then now you still talking about how you was sleep with your other male best friends, and now with Fizz going to see that clip and think what? So now when you go hang out with that nigga, you just admitted that you would fuck, because that's what she really said. Like,
but it's not like she's trying to get with Fizz. She's just saying.
She said, "Hold on," but you're missing the point.
Nah, that's what put them together. Like,
before you got to that point, before you say that, she also mentions in said video, before we get to any type of anything, we gotta go to therapy. We gotta really sit down. We gotta talk about this shit, because we're not just going to do this shit off the strength of just having strictly emotion
and just strictly
love for each other. That's cool, but and I like the way she's playing it. She's playing it because she's like, cool, we can, if you want to do this, you want to get the cookie, you want to do X, Y, and Z, bad. But we gotta set some shit in order. And before we can set those things in order, for me personally, help my mental, I
think my issue, I guess this is where like maybe like bias is coming into it, because it's just because like I've seen her actions, but like before, like I said with the wild live videos, just bashing Omarion, this and that, like it's just mad. So it's like, yeah, what you saying? It's like the light part of it. Like she.
Oh,
like,
so you think she went to that?
Like she's inconsistent. Like
you think she went to Fizz when she was fighting with him? Oh.
I think she did. I think that shit was a lot out of spite. It's a mad niggas you could have chose.
And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that it's hard, because I'm not saying that it's right, but I'm just saying it's real. Like that's what I'm saying.
No, I agree that it's real. I just feel like certain situations need to be handled more delicately than it was handled in this situation, because now even while you're going through the situation, you're making another controversial video talking about how you'll fuck your best friend.
But you saying make it more delicate for her relationship with Omarion?
Make it more delicate for the people that's like for the transition that's happening right now. Like, because right now it's not just her and Fizz, it's her, Fizz, Fizz's ex-girl, that you was around when y'all had gatherings, and y'all was all cookie crunch at times, talking and shit. That's my thing. Like right now it's basically it's like this: you lost your girl to Omarion lost his girl. Well, got his girl dating a dude that was probably listening to your problems at one point. Vice versa, Fizz is with Apryl, which Apryl probably listened to problems that I don't know. Fizz's baby mother was saying. Mm-hmm. So it's like, yo, like how can I lend an ear to like your issues or whatever, and then be like, and then just turn around and just fuck with them. Like,
no, I get it.
It just that's why I feel like if you don't want that picture to be painted, you should have handled it differently. Like had a real, because right now it's a lot of mess that's happening behind it, which means it wasn't handled delicately, like the right way. That means this shit was just some fuck everybody. We doing what we doing. We gonna figure our shit out. Fuck what they doing. Like, which is like if that's how you feel. That's how you feel. But just know, like, unless you like all of this attention shit, like this is what's gonna keep happening. Like all this shit just for no reason. Like
I just feel like I agree with you saying. Like again, I don't think it's right. I'm not saying that it's right. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that that's the real. It is reality. Like,
yeah, it is the reality.
Like
it is the
people
reality.
have best friends and they are willing to do that. Like that's just how he was saying, the emotion thing. Like we going through something, you got a best friend, the best friend there. Like, the best friend there talking to you, best friend there to hold you, best friend there to do whatever. Like that's just what it is. And I'm not saying it's right, but that's just the truth. That's why I feel like those types of relationships are toxic, especially if you don't have nothing in common. Like if I got a best friend that doesn't have that's not in a relationship or got a partner or not serious in relationships, and I feel like that can't really be my best friend. Like, it gotta be somebody I just talk to. Like, here.
Because the one thing about it is too. The one thing about it is too. If you, the way I look at shit like this is, if I'm going through something with my girl, I'm not going to my single best friend. It's just like off.
Yeah, that's I
all
agree.
women to do the same thing, because women do that. Women say single best friend.
PSA
women can't. I don't think women can help that.
PSA
I'm gonna say some women, but some women can help
friends,
that.
And it's not good advice at all.
The one that goes to the club with, the one giving them advice, and that shit.
Listen, I'm just letting y'all know. We're gonna chop it up like we're gonna talk like a family. If you are in a relationship, to our listeners, if you are in a relationship, guy, girl, guy, we still love you no matter what. But if you're going through a relationship, in a relationship, and you're going through it, the one thing I will tell you to do, go to your friends who are either in a relationship and have been in a relationship for a good minute. Because the one thing you need to do when you get advice from people, if you're going through it, is get advice from people who have experience in relationships. Don't go to the single friend thinking your single friend is going to be, was it Dr. Abby? Dear Abby. Dear Abby. No. He or she of the single friend is not going to help you. What your single friend is going to tell you to do is Focus on you.
Fuck that. Yeah, fuck that.
Focus on you. So you can focus on you, be single, and then y'all can go do your hot boy, hot girl summer shit. No. Make sure you go to go to people who have been experienced in relationships. It could be one of your OGs or one of your best friends. That's it. Because I'm off on a tangent, but I think
dudes,
nah,
you're right. Dudes too though, because a lot of dudes, the first thing they do, like, nah, fuck that. Go to their friend house, start smoking, and now you want to do mad single shit. But then they don't tell you about when now you in the club with your single friends, and but low key you want to leave bad as hell because you don't want to be there no more.
I learned that early.
Hey,
I learned that shit. I said,
fellas, let's talk about it. Let's understand something.
Like that early.
If we need you to understand, you gotta listen to your OGs. I don't care if we gotta put that down right here. Listen to your OGs. Your OGs will tell you everything you need to know about life, everything you need to know about your relationships. They will tell you the step-by-step process for you to get it. If you don't get it, look who's gonna look stupid in the end. You. And you know what your OG gonna do? Man, you know, it is what it is, man. No, I'm literally telling you, you're stupid.
You're stupid.
Should have been told you what I did.
Nah,
do.
if you got friends that dead ass. And we on a tangent, so we gonna switch the topic after this. We on a tangent now. But so before Apryl Jones, more of the story is.
Shouts out to Apryl Jones. Live your truth,
Apryl Jones, live your truth. Just handle it.
Live your truth.
For me, handle it a little delicately, so everybody is safer. That's just how I feel. But to finish off this tangent, for my dudes out there, because it ain't just the women, y'all gotta stop asking for advice of these, or stop being friends with these dudes that. So you like, yeah. We broke up because of this reason 1A or reason B or whatever. And they'd be like, oh yeah, well fuck that, you don't need it. Like, nah, like, you break up with your girl, you break up with your girl. Like, listen, alright, so what we doing? Like, you get, like, how we getting this shit back together unless something crazy happen. But y'all need friends that's gonna be with y'all to push y'all at least to fix it. If it's fixable or if it's over some bullshit. But not the friends going, the minute you say, yo, shit hit the fan, I'm single, next thing you know you in Barcode.
Yeah, nah.
Having a nasty ass time, drinking hella Long Island iced teas and Henny shots.
Barcode, this wasn't an ad, but we're not about to have our guys out there.
If your friend trying to benefit from your relationship, it's not healthy. It's not a healthy conversation.
If your homegirl go to every season basketball game, that's wild. That's believe.
On that note, a lot of motherfuckers is feeling triggered right now. Season coming up. Durant to the Nets.
Wow, Zion, huh? No,
oh, shit. A lot of motherfuckers like the Nets now. Shit.
Yeah, that's nuts. Yo, if the Nets game is the game to go as a date,
first of all,
hey man, let me take you to Brooklyn.
It's gonna be a nasty time in the Barclays.
Let me take you to Brooklyn one time, see KD. KD sitting in the bench with a boot on.
Imagine getting the deals like remember we used to have with the court side before the game and all that.
That shit is dead.
Man,
that shit is dead. You could go to Madison Square Garden and do that. Shouts out to my man who do that.
Shout out to everybody who best friend. Like if you gotta dating somebody and they best friend do that for them, if you're not included, she can't go or he can't go. Straight like that. All right. Next topic. Conversation that's been circulating. And I've been arguing with people here, not arguing with people here and there, but like just trying to add the perspective that I think that I saw, and that is the Dapper Dan interview with Charlamagne and Breakfast Club and everybody. But more, I just like that was a very deep interview for me, and I feel like there's a lot of stuff that I didn't even know I needed to know that was explained, and it really put an insight for me on the whole Gucci thing. Not going to get to all of it here, so for people watching and listening, if you haven't already, check out Breakfast Club interview with Dapper Dan and Charlamagne, the God, DJ Envy, and Angela Yee and all that. Check out that interview. It's a good hour. A lot of stuff explained, and I feel like we got a lot of information that we needed to know.
What do you think about it? Like the overall, before we get into it.
Overall, I felt like it actually changed my perspective. And it showed me how easily we get triggered. And I feel like Kiman always says to me.
Right.
And now, like I actually watched evidence of me doing it. So that, like, cause we had a conversation like, Kiman's a humanitarian. So like, Kiman is a straight humanitarian. So sometimes I get into my tangents where I'll be like, nah, fuck that. I get into my extreme bag. And it does cut off. it does blur vision a little bit.
Oh.
Like so. Basically, I when
It's like a distraction.
It's a distraction.
Okay, what'd you think about it though?
Yeah, so like when Gucci did that thing, it just pissed everybody off. And we were like, nah, fuck Gucci, right?
Yes.
Cool. So we all were just with that. We ain't think about nothing else. We just like, nah, oh, they did that. Fuck them. They don't care about us. But then listening to Dapper Dan explain how important it was for having these luxury brands to have black people in those spaces, and he just explained why the band wasn't effective. It just showed me how we really need to do research and actually understand full circle what's actually happening and gather information before we just say fuck something. Because what we think that is being helpful is not really helping. Mm-hmm. And that's what I got from Dapper Dan's explanation about how cultural appropriation it can easily happen, but that's about why it's more important for black people to be in these spaces, and that's why he brought the change building program that Gucci had and shit like that. Very, very important. And I feel like I'm not gonna get to everything, but I just feel like he explained, he added information that you would need if you really want to say for Gucci. Listen to this first, and then see if you still say for Gucci. If not, then you'll have a different perspective. But the one question that Charlamagne brought up, which had everybody debating, was why do we support luxury brands like Gucci, Fendi, all of them, and not as much as the black-owned brands? So like, yeah, hat right now, dope ass hat, but if Gucci made one just like that, but it had Gucci on it, we gonna say fuck that, just go to Gucci, just because it has Gucci on it. Mm-hmm. I feel like when
that's a Yankee hat.
I feel like he answered. Yeah, I feel like he answered the question. But my thing is though is that I feel like we get questions that we're not the ones that's supposed to provide that answer. So you asking a designer like Dapper Dan that question, that's not a question that he needs to answer. And he said that. He said, listen, that is more of a, we all understand what it is. We like shit that we can't afford because it's
appealing to us. Yeah.
It's appealing to us, and it shows wealth and power. All that. We understand it. See, but my thing is that the designer's fault, or is that the person's mentality fault?
Person's mentality.
So that's what I'm saying. So from what I feel like Dapper Dan was defending is like why ask me that question as if my designs was like, what can I do to fix that? All he's doing is designing. Like, that's not my fault that people are out here spending more money on that type of clothing than and don't have a car or can't pay rent and shit like that. Like, that's not their particular fault.
Can't blame. That's all.
Can't blame. That's a mentality thing.
I always say you can't blame. We can't blame them for things that they do based on the actions that we take. Like, like we do stuff. We give power.
Yeah.
Everything we do, we give power.
Give power.
We give power. And then we get mad at them when we gave the power. Like it's nothing that is
it's
nothing they doing wrong.
Same thing with not to go on a tangent about it, but same thing with the Kanye thing. We gave him the power, and now we don't like what he's doing with that power. But hey, like that's the reality of how it is. People are only famous because we give them
the power. To be famous.
So it'd be like it's like that.
I think it was. I was watching that Dapper interview, which was a dope ass fucking interview. A lot of shit brought up. It came to mind for me when he was talking about like the question you mentioned about the businesses and everything. You know, when we look at certain stuff like that, like you said, it is because when we see the next person to the right or left of us in that type of fashion, it's like, oh shit, I gotta be like that too. So our minds mentally our minds go, I gotta look and dress the part to show how much value I can bring.
Yeah. Knowing
the value in our inner selves, we know the value that we already have. But I gotta have this shirt. I gotta have this belt. And stop buying these $200 belts. Like, please stop. That shit is annoying. Like, don't buy them. Them shit is annoying. But when he brought up the whole shit when I think Envy brought it up where he said the prince like the logos of like the different designs, so the Gucci or the Louis, their logos have been imprinted all over the bags, all over the items. That was Dap. That was originally Dap who created that, and they took that from him. And I think they tried to sue him for what? Trademark infringement.
Yeah, it was something like that.
I just think it's important. It's important for us, and really shouts out to everybody who's doing a fashion line, like our homegirl G, who's on the show a couple months ago. Shouts out to G. It's important for us now I get to my point. It's important for us to realize when we know the value of the brand that we're creating, we know the value of it, but now I pose the question. When him and Charlamagne went back and forth about, do you think it's important for us, it's important for us to do this on our own.
Yeah.
Have these brands on our own. Have the GS clothing line, or those type of clothing lines. Have those clothing lines independent, and not go to those global companies and try to work out a partnership with them. What do you think? Do you think if you're independent, both of you, because y'all both fashionable as hell, if you are independent fashion designer, do you think it's important for me personally to push my business independently, or if a representative from those fashion lines, those high-end fashion companies come to me and say, hey, listen, we want to work with you?
I feel like you always need help with everything. You always need a push. You always need I mean, people say independent, you pushing your brand by yourself, but you always gonna need a partner. You always gonna need something. I can't just go outside right now. I can go outside right now, but I'm not gonna get the global look I want. I would just get a local look, but that's not really moving my stuff. But I feel like if we keep getting the outlets, then we will keep progressing. Then we get to that point where you're saying, I can do it by myself.
And that's what, go ahead.
Nah, you just get to the point where you feel like you can do it yourself. Like, you can't just do it, just go in the corner right now and just sell the t-shirts.
That's what Dap says.
That's why I like when he brought up music. We don't complain when, like we just heard Dreamville, but guess what? All the people that we heard on Dreamville got put on through Dreamville.
Yeah.
So now you telling me that you would have heard Ari Lennox, you would have heard Earth Gang, you would have heard JID more on a global scale than if they were just by themselves, then versus like they're a part of Dreamville. Like you're a part of yes, J. Cole established himself, built something, but it's still in a way a machine that's pushing the product through. It's the same way with design.
I wouldn't have heard half of them.
You're not gonna hear half of that shit if they were just strictly independent. And the take that I like people to think about is this. This is what I feel like Dapper Dan was saying. I feel like Dapper Dan was saying this. You could go independent. That's great. And you could, and I actually explained it. I use Gia's brand because Gia's brand is dope as hell. But what I was saying, okay, let's say Gia gets a deal, she gets like 50 mil off her brand, right?
Yeah. Which you will, G.
Which I believe
you will.
But my thing is that her brand technically is worth more than that. So basically, I feel like black people who, like when we start independent, like clothing lines, yeah, we can have our success. Like I argued with it. I had a debate with a dude. He did his own clothing line, successful, cool. But my thing is the money that you made was just like really a payoff. Because what Dapper Dan is saying is that black culture itself sells. Mm-hmm. So imagine right now you starting an independent label and you're competing with yourself, because right now these white people are making money off of black culture at the billions, while you are black, you are the culture and you're getting paid less. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Is that
know your worth?
Know your worth. Like, yeah, you can start your own brand, make the 50 mil. That's cool. Guess what? By the time you make that 50 mil, Gucci probably already made that in his sleep, and they'll probably use designs based off what you just did and globalize that fast as hell.
He said they used his old designs for new shit.
And you'll be behind.
Hold on. Now it's funny you mentioned that.
Now remember I said. What he was saying is that it's basically a dog chasing his own tail.
Yeah, but hold on. So it's funny you mentioned that because you said behind. So he was talking about this is the point I wanted to make. He said that he goes like his fashion, his clothing stuff is out in Japan, is out in China, because he knows that's where it's going to sell. You sell this overseas, you sell it globally, they're going to know you globally. People know you here. People know you in Harlem. People know you 121st, 125th and up. They know you. But at the same time, the global aspect, the global recognition that you can get is much more profound than doing it locally. And I think that's what he was trying to get. And I think he was mentioning also in the interview, he said, you can make Gucci or whoever, Gucci or any company can make a jacket, right? Or you can make a jacket. If you're the fashion designer, you make a jacket, independent, whatever, you make a fly ass jacket. You never know, month from now, week from now, you send that right out to Japan, that's already old news for them. You always stay current. Why? Because like you said, our culture sells itself. You go to Japan, you go to these other countries, you go everywhere in the world, what do you see? If you more importantly, we know people that play ball, right? We know younger people too. We know how much our culture influences them. Check the sneakers that they wear.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Check the sneakers that they wear. The sneakers that they wear, the sneakers that they buy when they go to these sneaker boutiques in the city in Soho and Midtown, they get sneakers. They get sneakers designed by us. And it was really, that type of shit boggles my mind. Yo. That shit really boggles my mind to see. It boggles my mind to see we put so much effort and energy, blood, sweat, and tears into an idea that turns into a reality, just to see it in a way. I wouldn't say not a sellout, not at all, but in a way, it kind of fucks us over.
See, and I feel like that's why issues like this always continue to happen, because we're so nearsighted with situations like this, and I include myself in this. I'm so nearsighted that if you literally take a step back, you can see the bigger picture. First of all, Dapper Dan's take on staying with Gucci and all that stuff is from what he learned from his OG in the black communities, that was saying that in order to really benefit and make the black community rise, there should be representatives in each one of these brands. Because guess what? If there's not a single black person in Gucci right now, and they're still selling our culture, we literally have no black representatives in something that is selling our culture. So my thing is, though, that is how appropriation happens. And that's why he said it's easy for appropriation to happen. Because they don't understand. All they care about is what's trending with us. They'll design shit like that, and that's it. But my thing is, though, now we have to pay attention to the fact that now they have change builders. So now if you're a black designer, you want to roll with Gucci and keep shit going, it's just basically you getting the top dollar for your culture. Like, I feel like a lot of people, that's why I'm saying, like I said, like, Gia's shit is fire. But if she gets 50 mil, that should show us that it's worth way more than that. So that's what I'm saying. It's just a global distribution. Yeah, is what I'm saying. So right now, imagine Forest Hill Drive just dropped in another country while we already heard that shit 2 albums ago.
It goes number one.
So what I'm saying is now, but imagine the money you possibly could miss out on if it would have just came out everywhere at once and you raked in all the benefits, because a lot of shit could happen in between.
Well, it's kind of like the Ye album. One of Ye's albums. When Ye's album, it was only exclusively to Tidal. It wasn't anywhere else.
Yeah,
you had to wait a week or two.
Yeah, you gotta wait, and then the numbers be fucked. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's just distribution. It goes for everything. Like, yes, I say that we should start our own black-owned businesses. Yes, but understand that your goal should be to find places to put your shit out in mass distribution. And you know what's funny? And here's the thing that a lot of black people need to realize. And when Dapper Dan said that was funny to me, he said, "Listen, Gucci actually came to him with an offer, because they respected his work more than the black community did. Because they were just saying, yeah, this shit is dope and everything like that. But Gucci actually the only one that came and gave him credit, like a buck for his credit, basically. So it's like saying we always scream support black businesses, but then like don't really do that shit enough to the point where we can actually make a big impact. So my thing is that's why it's important to take our designs if we could find a partner that and mind you, Dapper Dan sat down with Gucci. Like he ain't just joined them because he sat down, he interviewed them.
They came to Harlem.
Like he studied. Yeah, they came to Harlem for him. He's like
they went to Jacobs.
He set down standards. Like he wasn't just like, oh, I'm selling out. But no, he said I want them to come to Harlem. Show me that they really fucking with this shit. Like they really about this. He researched everybody, make sure that they was on the same. Like he did all that shit. So my thing is that like, if you really want to take control of something, or really become bigger, be a part of the bigger scale. Because right now you're just gonna lose.
You had to be a student before the teacher.
Yeah, like that's really.
You gotta be a student.
Yo, we dropping jewels right now.
Really
Listen, the one thing too, which was the premise, not the premise, but when I got done watching, because I had my father watch it, and I'm gonna get to that in a second. When I was watching it, when I was finishing it, the one thing I realized, and the one thing I thought was important, and one thing that we, as a society, which is a fucking fact, we neglect is read. When you read, for the people who didn't watch the Dapper Dan interview, please watch it again. And he did an interview with Ari Melber, I think, on MSNBC too.
Oh, yeah,
also get his book, I think it's called Made in Harlem. Make sure, because it just became a New York best-time seller. The one thing he said was he remembers. I think him and his father went to a shoe store. I believe they went to a store and they were reading a contract. Yeah, something like that. They were reading a contract. I'm not sure what store it was.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they were reading a contract, and his father didn't finish elementary school or anything like that. So he didn't get the opportunity to be able to read, so he taught himself at a young age.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And what Dab did was, Dab said, hold on, Pops, before you sign off on this, did you read this? And Dab takes it from his father, the contract, reads it himself, and says, Pop, they're gonna make you pay 20% more, whatever, more money, 2 times the amount than what you really should be paying. He said, and then when they walked out the store, his father walked up in tears and said, you understand, you know how to read. You understand how important it is for you to read. So my thing is for you, when you say become, what's the quote again?
Student before the teacher.
Yeah, my thing is, when you become a student before the teacher, but when you become a business owner, and you become a creator, and you become, well, now we call it creative. When you are the G's of the world, and all the other fashion designers, and everybody else, and if you have your own business, whether it's in fashion or whatever, the most important thing to do is fucking read. Read about everybody, read about the OGs, read about the people who came before you, and read about how they did the shit.
And to go off what you're saying right there, he stumped Solomon with that exact thing we're talking about, where read is important. Because he brought up well, you know, Virgil, and then as soon as he asked him one question, does he really own it? I don't know.
Do your homework.
That's the issue right there. If you don't know, don't talk about it.
And that's the one thing we have to understand. I'm sorry, like, don't get me wrong, Instagram is dope, but this is like, ain't no much we can read.
It can't be the number one source.
You can't,
which is trying to be.
Twitter, Instagram cannot be your number one source of news. Read articles. I don't care what your stances on media, but read articles and read books on knowledge on industries that you want to progress in and you want to evolve in. Because when you go in front of, it's important to, you know, it's dope to have conversations amongst your peers, amongst the people that you fuck with, your family and friends, or whatever the case may be. Y'all can talk the shit, you can spread some knowledge, whatever. But it's a different type of talk when you go into a boardroom, or you go into a different type of setting where it's professional. And you have to talk. And you have to talk like you know what the fuck you're talking about. Don't bullshit it, but like be able to say, yeah, I know this shit.
Confident in what you're talking about.
Bingo.
Yeah,
because when you walk in and educated and know your shit, that's the one thing that the competition can never take away from you.
Yeah.
They could try to take away your styles, whatever the case may be. The one thing is they can't take away that. Another thing, we talked about Harlem. And I gotta say this before because I know you want me to finish up.
No, get your shit off, you know.
He talks about Harlem. Shouts out to all my people in Harlem from 125th to 129th to 138th.
You put out the whole strip.
Shouts out. So I know 125th used to be the jungle, but 125th now is the jungle. But 125th back then, my grandmother was telling me 125th back then was like Times Square. It was beautiful. It was downtown. It was everything. People went down there to have a good time. But the one thing he did tell me, because my grandmother, my father grew up in Harlem. He was raised in Harlem, 125th apart, 428. My grandmother lived in Harlem and lived in the Bronx. Please pay attention to that Dapper interview when they talk about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. I never knew about that. We still will give them praise, so please don't think we're going to shame them, but we will still give them praise for what they did and the sacrifices that they made. But the one thing we got to always acknowledge, and we got to always remember, how was it then?
Exactly.
Because the idols that we have...
Well, we know now it wasn't the reality back then.
I'm going to leave it at that because I don't want to...
We got Martin Luther King Boulevard everywhere in Newark right now.
We got Malcolm X... we're not even going to that, but...
But then,
We still glorify those who took the sacrifices to put their lives on the line for us to be here and do this for y'all. But at the same time, the way they viewed them is in a whole different motherfucking way. Mm-hmm. That was rough. I sat there, I called my grandmother. My grandmother, God bless, she's 89, about to be 90. I said, is this true? Mm-hmm. I had to listen to the interview. Mm-hmm. She listened to Dapper Dan for the first time. She listened to the Breakfast Club for the first time. She lived in Southern Georgia.
Whole new experience.
She was like, who is talking? She's like, who is that?
Like, they sound clear.
I said, Grandma, that's that. And she was like, oh. But the one thing she said was, she was like, that shit is true. The way they viewed, the way society, the way certain people in the black community viewed them is correct.
Viewed Malcolm X
and Martin Luther King. Yep. For the people that lived in Harlem, the way Little Italy, they viewed when the Italians was there. That's facts. Like, that shit is facts. Like, that's all of that is true. So, man, all I gotta say, that was a hell of an interview. That was a top five. That was probably top five of my favorite interviews.
Basically, I guess that
watch all his interviews.
So, yeah, watch. I got watch.
Get that book.
I do got to watch the other one because he did a couple of them. You know, sometimes they explain more in certain interviews. But the I guess to end that out, but basically, just by saying the mentality needs to change, not the designers. The mentality needs to change, and then if you want to know how important it is, look at how now Dapper Dan, because he was in Gucci, now he opened up doors to other black designers. Which, if you're not a designer and you want to say fuck Gucci, it might not mean nothing to you, but a nice black young woman, black young male now has a program that now they could get their designs put out through Gucci globally. So, and I bet you now, while y'all saying for Gucci and they're gonna be making millions of dollars and getting money.
They still gonna make money
worth for their designs because they're gonna be put out globally. So it's just you gotta look at the bigger picture here. Because now then those designers can open up other doors. It's all a domino effect. You just gotta look at the bigger picture. I mean that's really what it comes to. We all have our perspectives, but let's just try to look at the bigger picture in situations.
I'm about to learn it. I need to sell some stuff.
Yeah, like that. I mean, if we're gonna criticize one, we gotta criticize the other. We don't criticize people that do labels and shit. We don't criticize everybody that's on Atlantic and all these other records. And then half of us don't even realize that even though somebody is independent, that they really do have partnerships with these labels that's helping them distribute things globally. So it's like, imagine J. Cole's verse that you probably wouldn't have heard if he was just strictly independent. Now, it doesn't take away from the fact that the verse was fire, but what helps is the fact that you actually were able to hear it because it got to you.
Yeah.
So that's just really what it is to me. That's what sums it up for me. So got a few more things here, topics here. Which one do you guys want to touch upon? I know Darrian had a nice discussion that he put into the chat, and we really started going on a nice little
combo.
Little combo.
I had a combo while I was at work. Oh
yeah,
damn.
So we do that time to time. Might gotta do a segment, like a group chat segment.
Nah, you know what?
What goes down in our group chats? Because we really do this shit all the time.
To be honest, spoiler alert. I am the friend because I know a lot of our listeners have group chats with their friends, with their girlfriends, and their homeboys, whatever. I'm the friend, because we all have them in each group chat. I'm the friend that doesn't respond. But I respond in my head.
Bruh.
I respond in my head. I just don't respond like, oh yeah. I'll be reading like, oh yeah, that's funny. And I'm like,
and then I bet. And while we all waiting, like, and then we just like Darrian with the eyes, like, so.
Word. I'm like, oh yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, like man, what the fuck, bro?
I'm not doing.
Sidebar, Darrian, we would dead text Darrian in the group chat. Don't respond for like 3 hours. Then he'll hit me in my DM, sending me like, oh, what you think about this? I'm like, nigga, can you respond to the group chat first? Like, my guy.
Bro, we had a whole different conversation.
Like, my guy, like that's this conversation etiquette. You can't just start a new one if you ain't even answer the question in the old one.
I try to bounce off of that.
Bro, try to escape that whole important shit. Like,
oh, I found a Starbucks gift card. I wonder if this is still good. That's Merry Christmas though.
Too.
you got an old ass. Yeah, they definitely that shit is over with for you.
I want to try it though.
So which one y'all do you want to do the group chat conversation? Cause that shit made us men flex our shoulders like, yup.
Alright, fuck it, let's go.
Right. Alright, so in our group chat, Darrian asked the question, do you think you need to be financially stable as a man to be ready for marriage? And we all said yes. I believe we all said yes. That was our.
Did Rose say no?
Rome said yeah. Rome said yeah. Rome said it depends.
Yeah, he did say it depends.
He said it depends, but he said yeah, you should have something established.
I had a homie that told me.
Women don't think that.
Women don't want to think about that for us. They think that some women. I'm gonna just keep saying some women, 'cause not all, but that we should just figure that shit out.
But women don't think about financial with anything, like with anything. In a relationship. They feel like once you love somebody, that's it.
Yeah, like your love should produce this rocket. Like, nah.
It pays for everything.
Yeah, no. Sorry, fam. Annie up.
Like,
word.
But like, think about that. Like, just think about the structure. Like, if you're not financially stable, how the hell am I about to buy a engagement ring, then a wedding ring,
and then pay for the wedding?
Then help. Well, the rules are that
you
the
can't
parents
be engaged for 4 years, my G.
Shit.
I'll be engaged for 10.
Fuck. If I got the bread right now and I give you, listen,
I'll be engaged for 10.
Fellas, I played it smart. I bought a pre-engagement ring.
Who did?
AKA promise ring. You feel me? Spent my listen. Look, he's a hater, but guess what?
He promised. What are you promising?
I'm promising that I'm gonna get you this engagement ring. I'm gonna switch this out for
I hate that shit. You promise her promise rings are for the motherfuckers that fuck up and say I promise to do better.
See, but now that's
you have been doing well. You've been doing very well.
You think he should have gotten engaged?
Life is about perspective.
He should have. Yeah, that's what he thinking. That's what he got to get.
Here's my thing. You don't even know why I have the promise ring.
Alright. Why'd you get the promise ring?
I got it when I first asked her to officially be my girl. So yes, exactly. So it was in the very beginning.
So you walked right.
So you one of them sprung motherfuckers that's after 6 months, like, you know what? I'm already planning this wedding ring. I'm saving up.
No.
All right, well, I'm not.
Shit.
What's the time limit before you get engaged?
The time limit is this, not 6 months, dickhead. I would say the time limit would be at least, you gotta be at least your girl for a couple years.
A couple?
3.
Okay, all right. So what?
I know you're watching this just because we on that 3rd year. Don't.
All right. So how does he get to judge me? How does he get to judge me then?
You said you got a problem.
But you don't know when I got it. You don't know what I got it. I got it because
Day 10?
Because we was talking and dating from November. It's now May of last year. Mm-hmm. It was her birthday, but she has this weird. I don't want to say weird thing. She has this thing where she don't like odd numbers. So her birthday on the 24th. We celebrate on the 25th. I had to wait till midnight. So I said, listen, for the birthday, I'm going to solidify this as like we are boyfriend and girlfriend, even though we've been dating for this long. Boyfriend and girlfriend, and I'm with you, like you who I choose to be with. Mm-hmm. And I solidified that, presented her with the promise ring. That listen, like, I'm here. This is something that I'm looking forward down to, like a forever thing. Like, so this is you could reassurance that you could look at every day. Shit was $250. That's a nice start off. $250 promise ring.
Start off?
Mind you, here's the thing: promise rings aren't made the same anymore. When you look at her promise ring, it dead look like a wedding ring. Like a lot of people think she's married. Like a lot of people are like what is that? Like,
Oh yeah, no, I did that.
Like a lot, like it really look crazy. But it's just I basically locked it down with the promise ring.
Alice Jones.
So it's a pre-engagement ring.
Okay.
So it's like, listen,
I'm not
doing the promise ring. So wait, so you?
No, I thought about it.
At this point, you don't need to do a promise ring.
I promise.
Don't
You no, I'm saying you've been together for what?
Nah,
So,
he just talked himself into the engagement ring.
All right,
yeah.
Ben said that.
But here's the thing.
Fam, I'm following. You know how many? Hold on some real shit. You know how many wedding ring Instagram pages I followed since the
They find you.
No, but since the anniversary last week, at least 6.
Oh, you followed them willingly?
Willingly.
Or did like
I'm
Siri
looking.
do that bullshit
Nah,
where they heard
you know how
your
you
thoughts?
go through the stories. You know how you go through the stories and they do the ads and shit.
Oh,
And it was like,
promos.
oh, wait. I was like, oh, this shit is nice. Let me see that. So yeah.
How you knew that you was around?
I don't even know. See.
Well, I
it's
mean, they hacking
because-
our phones. They
Yeah.
know
That's what I said. That's what I said.
Government.
Siri probably heard, oh, are you thinking about my rings? And then now on Instagram full of them shits. Sales and everything.
I'm looking for a car. Cars are everywhere on my thing. Like, and I ain't searched no car.
I bet you if I say Yeezys, no, I need Yeezys. They're probably gonna, I'm gonna have mad Yeezys.
Bro, first of all, I proved it. I dead at
Nikes.
this is a whole sidebar, but I proved it one day. Dead ass, bro. I have not been to this location. You know how when you hop in your car and get the Bluetooth or whatever, your phone knows like, okay, if you go like when I go to LA Fitness so much, it'd be like, okay, 24 minutes to LA Fitness because it assumes that's where I'm about to go. I never been to this place before. Never been to this place before. So my thing is though, I clicked on it one time to see like how long it takes to get there. One time. That means there's no saved like fucking numbers or nothing for Siri to assume that I'm going there. I hopped in the motherfucking car. Shit said, oh, it's this and this minutes to go here. I said, motherfucker, how the fuck you know I was going there? Like I could have been going down up the street. Like I did, like, mind you, this is days in between. Like, I checked, like, 2 days ago. Now, the third day hit, and that's when I decided to go. Now, Siri just knew that's where I was going, off the rip. I said, bro.
Even with the Face app thing, like, everybody surprised, like, everybody saying the Russian thing, like...
They been
doing that. Like Facebook is tagging people to my pictures that I didn't even tag. Like, how they know their name? How they know their name, their profile, all of that? Like, I can post a picture of you right now.
Yeah.
We're not even friends.
Nah, dead ass. That shit is great.
I can post a picture, he's gonna tag him.
That's nuts. And then I'm gonna get the notification.
And I don't even be on Facebook. Like, I don't be on Facebook.
Are they asking you for your social security number on Facebook now?
For certain shit, I think it is. I don't know because I don't feel it like
wild.
that. But
that is wild.
You know what else? It's crazy. My motherfucking credit card was on Facebook, bro. I never put the numbers in on Facebook.
That's nuts.
Oh, that shit scanned your shit.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Never put it on. Never
It's on your phone?
Yes, never put it on my Facebook.
See, look, you probably saved it on the app in
On
your
my
phone,
phone,
and then
Apple Pay.
Facebook was like, alright, I'm gonna get all that information.
Yeah.
But Facebook don't have Apple Pay. So how they
It
know
don't,
my
but
numbers?
Facebook is in your phone.
But
That's what I'm saying.
it knew the last 4 numbers to my credit card.
So I'm saying, I feel like once you download Facebook to your phone,
Oh, everything.
it has access to every other app
That's terrible.
information.
That's terrible.
Dead ass.
Alright, so back to this. So
That shit is crazy.
would you
We live in a crazy ass fucking world. No, alright, so back to this.
we off on a tangent. So
Because you came for me on this promise ring shit, and what I'm saying
no, you got it for a good it was for
no,
a
but
good reason.
there is promise ring etiquette.
Yeah,
You
majority of
can't-
motherfuckers don't do it for the right
Alright,
reason.
but for them out there, because if a dude out here about to get a promise ring and
Don't
they've
do
been dating
it.
for 3 years, I'ma slap him. No,
Don't do it.
There's
Don't do
etiquette to it.
But if it was pressure on my relationship.
First
You
year,
better do that shit within the first year.
first year.
Have to.
If it's after the first year, my nigga, just save up for the engagement ring. Like
Yeah.
the promise ring shit is over. Nah.
If it's not within the first year,
I did it from the half year mark to let you know, like, I
serious.
just made it. Like, I'm serious. I let you know I'm serious. That's all.
I just think
Just
it's
to get back to that part.
I just think it's if you think that first of all, I just think that if you want to get engaged to somebody, you have to get engaged obviously for the right reasons. But you have to, as a man, think methodical and logical about it. Because you gotta think, if you get a nice ass ring, it's probably what, 12, anywhere from 12 to maybe 3,000.
And then like they say, like your last 2 months worth of like checks or some shit. It has to be like that range or some shit like that.
Yeah, so about that.
Like, there really is a scale for this shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So like around that. So like you have to really think about that. So cool. I give my girl a ring. Say the ring's 2,000, right? That's not going to be 2,000. It's not going to be 2,000.
Engagement ring is 2,000.
Don't tell your girl. If it is, I'm not saying that's a bad price. I'm just saying you can't tell your girl.
Yeah, no. You can't tell
She
me.
wanted at least 10,000.
She like let it be 2,000 and look like it's 11.
No, like so say you spend an X amount of money. I'll clean it up. Spend X amount of money on the girl. I mean for the ring. Cool. That's beautiful. You do it on April. You ask her to be a wife. Cool. The rest of them months, I think, should be planning for the wedding, making sure you got all your T's crossed and I's dotted, and then you get ready for your marriage. You should not, if you're gonna, men, please don't get engaged with your girl just to get her back. Get engaged with your girl.
That's the
because this is the girl you want to spend the rest of your life with. If you're not ready to spend or be committed financially to drop that type of money for her, then don't fucking do it. Just don't come.
And women.
Do you feel like you need to have money saved to do that?
Yes. Have to. But that's the thing though. You have to have that. I would say you have to have that type of money saved up to do it. Have a little extra in a back burner.
Hell yeah. You gotta get your life back after that.
Exactly, because you gotta think, you saving up all that money. You gotta make sure your bills is in order. So the way I would look at it is, if I want to propose to my girl, put your earplugs in, cause relax. But if I want to propose,
he just talked to his girl through the camera. Yo.
Yeah.
He just told her to put earplugs in. That's crazy.
But if I'm gonna do it, I want to make sure I got the money for the ring in order. But more importantly, I got my shit together. So my bills, student loans, all that shit is paid off. Not paid off, but I got money in the bank, so when it's ready to come from Salome and them jokers to take it out, they can take it out. But make sure my money's
That
straight.
shit sounds so stressful.
Stressful as hell. Make sure the money's straight for the ring. Make sure I got at least an extra couple thousand just to hold me for those couple weeks. And then start planning this shit out. I feel like as a man, let's be fucking frank. As a man, this is the big leagues. This ain't no little boy shit. This ain't the G League. This is the NBA. This is what you really want. This is the rest of your fucking life. This is the rest of your adulthood. Is
in capitalism.
And capitalism, spending and being. You've invested so much time. You've invested so much time into this relationship, into this one person, that it is important for you as a man and even as a woman, because I know women propose to men sometimes.
We're not gonna get Key started.
Oh, facts. I don't know what your stance is, but
that shit.
yeah, I just think it's important. You're fucking stupid.
Hey.
I just think it's important to make sure as a man, because you got to think, if you want to get married, when the bills get done, you just gonna say, "Oh, we'll wait till next week."
See, the bills ain't never done for us.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
It's my issue.
When you have a family of your own, you gotta think 10 steps ahead. You gotta play chess. You can't play Pokemon Go. You gotta play chess with these motherfuckers. You gotta play chess for life. You gotta make sure that 8th step that I thought about a month ago or 2 months ago is covered. That 9th step, I got.
What happens if you saved up for that ring, right?
She said no.
Then something hit the fan, but you already copped.
That's why you got the extra 2 in the back. Make sure
See what men gotta go through.
Yeah, but it's
bugging. This shit gotta work. Especially when you got payments on stuff and working.
Hey, yo, she coming like, you know what, it ain't working. Well, listen, this ring here says that it is, and it will.
That's what I'm saying. So how do you feel about people? What would you have to go through differently in a marriage? Like, you're not in a marriage right now.
No.
But you're in a relationship.
I'm in a relationship.
Let's say you're in a marriage. I'm saying, what would have to go for you to get a divorce? Like, what's the difference between you being married and not married? Like, how much more would you take on? You know what I'm saying?
See, questions that we never was even thought that we need to ask.
No, because
we just thought, oh, we in love, marriage.
Nah, how much more would you take on in a marriage than not in a marriage? Like, what would make you leave not in a marriage?
Once you buy that ring, something has to elevate at that point.
Once you buy the ring, it is no more, to me personally, I think Once you buy the ring, comes obviously the wedding. You know, you gotta get a house, get the house and all that shit.
See, look,
The house,
that's
stuff.
the issue I have
What?
right there.
But what?
Because everything that, and it's not the issue with that, it's with capitalism in marriage and all that, and then what women put on us. Everything you're saying right now is on us.
It's a no.
So
it doesn't have to be.
It's on. That's why I'm being.
I got a problem with that. I think it should be reversed though. Like I think the marriage should come last. Like,
Yeah, like
that's what I think. That's what.
Tell me. Talk.
I feel like the house and all that should come first. The paying bills and all that should come first. Like all of that should come first. I feel like marriage should come last. Like that's when we know.
My plan
I know what
is
you got. You know what I got.
Yeah.
You know what we could do, what we can't do. Let's get married because we love each other and we want to get to that point.
Yeah.
We might not ever get to that point.
Oh yeah, no.
Exactly.
My plan was.
So now I got a ring and now
With me
I'm
and
working on the house
my
and
girl,
I'm
our plan was to live together first. That's the true test. Live together first for years.
That's a big one.
Because we want to make sure, you know, we can see each other every weekend. We can see each other, whatever. We can go on these, you know, vacations and go whatever for the weekend, whatever, for 2 or 3 days. But when you start living permanently with that person, and you have to figure out how to make ends meet, you're not going home to your parents and say, "Oh, what's for dinner?" and it's already ready. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's certain things. Your whole life changes when that happens. So that's the one thing we wanted to do. We wanted to make sure before we make any type of anything, a next step, a thought of a step, even painting the step, we got to make sure we live together, it works out. If it works out, and we really sit down and say, listen, do you really think we doing this right and we working this out? You got to be communicative with that person.
But I got a question then.
What?
All right, so my thing is though, how does a man really reach a level of financial stability while having to deal with the other responsibilities that a man's supposed to entail on top of now saving? So now for me to save, like, it's almost like this: how can I save money if the other rule for men is that I constantly have to spend it on X, Y, and Z to maintain the life for both of us? So then now, so that means sacrifices would have to be made to reach a certain financial, but financial, to reach financial stability, which means that I could cover all of those, and now I have then some.
I think that's the conversation you need to have with the significant other. Because I feel like when you have that type of conversation with the significant other, and you have that sit down and say, listen, let's write this shit out. What are your bills that you gotta do? Like the shit that you gotta take care of, write it down. The shit that this person gotta take care of, write it down. And you work off of that.
So do you agree with the 50-50 rule?
What? You split?
Well, not the split, but I'm just saying as far as both taking care of equal responsibility, so that one day everything could come together for everybody without one having to bear everything on their
majority
back,
of it, and then,
or vice versa.
I do.
Because I feel like those people that do 50-50 are the ones that have a happier marriage, honestly. Like, because
I'll put it to you this way.
You know, because then now I don't have to worry about me getting this ring and going to waste.
The only thing you feel like a man should have to pay, do as far as financial is alone is just the ring. Everything else is 50-50.
I think everything else should be 50-50. I think if you're doing a marriage, if you're going to do a marriage, you're going to get married, and you gotta do DJ, all that long shit, all that stuff. I mean, if there's certain things, like if you tell your girl, nah, I'll take care of this one, that's cool. Mm-hmm. But I think having a conversation and saying, cool, what is it? First of all, you got a budget. What's the shit that we want? We don't want this shit that we see on TLC every weekend. Yeah. But what we want is something that fits us, fits our style, what we like. But we also gotta realize, all right, cool, let's write all the dope shit we want, and all right, how much are we willing to spend for that dope shit? If we're not willing to spend that type of dope ass money, we're not gonna spend the money on the dope ass shit. Let's budget ourselves to have a perfect wedding. I mean, not perfect, but perfect for us.
See, I feel like what you're saying now is the right way to think.
Not everybody thinks like that.
And I think what you're saying now is the right way to think in today's society and economy. But but what's been put onto us, that our responsibilities that us men had is from back then. So when you have back then teaching still flourishing, now women be like, no, he's a man, he's supposed to take care of me. It's really women out there that be like, all I gotta do is give up the pussy and stuff, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like 50%.
So that's what I'm saying. But so what you're saying is like the New Testament, why everyone, but the Old Testament is what's ruling the societal aspect of it, as that a man's supposed to.
What y'all feel about women proposing to men?
Listen,
Damn.
we're not getting it back.
Hold on. So wait, Liz, I'm not gonna hold you. Liz tried to post some funny shit with me on my birthday.
Not financially.
We was at the top of the Empire State Building, and she was like, we was about to leave, and she was walking out. She goes, she's like, I gotta really talk to you. I was like,
you thought she was about to do it?
No.
Darrian about abort mission.
She goes like this. Hold on, let me get up. She goes, she's like this. She goes, I just really think that. No. Then she hit me with the. Then I saw the foot drop back. I said, "What the fuck?" Yeah. I said, "Yo, what's wrong with your leg?"
You thought she about to bust a stick?
She was like, I just really love you, and you know what I did? I said, "You raised your ass."
I was looking at him down there.
Word, I said, "Yo, you better rise."
And I would have started tying her shoe.
Yo,
I would have started tying her shoe right there and there. Like, yo, you better chill out right now.
I was like, nah, you gotta relax.
Oh, look, see what happens when you feel the vibes in certain places? You just start dropping on knees.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't be cool with it, because I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like as a man, that's important for you to do. Propose to your woman. You know what I mean? I just think that's important for you to do. Period.
But you think it's for you or the relationship?
Both.
I'm having a spiritual, ceremony on the beach.
Fam, you gonna have that
at night.
You gonna have that shit like
me and Lachelle already talked about it. We only inviting y'all couple, like people we rock with. Like it really got to be like probably like 50 people. Like, I'm not about to send advice to cousins that I don't see, and then
but it's
like distant people.
The most important thing is because I think you can't, as a man, if you love a woman, you cannot think short. You can't have a long-term mindset thinking short-term.
Yeah, but they expect us to have long-term money, which that's
okay.
I think that's the issue.
No, hold on. But no, it's not the issue. But having, if the woman that you're with and you love, if she thinks that you got to be thinking long-term as far as not just the relationship, but just period. Because certain women, the great women that there are in the world, they want you to think long-term, not just with the relationship, but what do you want to do in your career? What do you want to do personally, emotionally, physically?
Yeah.
So, but more importantly, financially. When you are in, this is like to all of my advice, but like this is like to all. But
issue I hate.
No, but if you are in a place financially, that you can be able to not only try to take care of your shit and realize, you're gonna have to make sacrifices. Yeah, that's life. You gotta make fucking sacrifices. That's a part of it. But if you are able to just focus on the long term, then that financial stability, it's gonna be hard. Yeah, you wanna go out with your boys, to SOBs and shit. Like, of course you wanna go out with your boys and do X, Y, and Z. But what's more important is, to me, I mean, this is just me.
Hey, bro, don't ever swing your finger like that. Don't ever swing your.
And we're back.
Don't ever swing.
Back to Wendy Williams. Not kidding.
All right.
Yeah, baby. Hot girl summer Wendy. Hot girl Wendy.
All right. I love y'all.
Let me stop.
We're gonna wrap this ending up real quick and then we good.
Wendy was in.
All right, and 3. Ew. Hey, yo, bro, stop swinging this finger like that. It's funny. Bro, you can't look. I feel like you're pointing right in my eye. Like, yo, this shit.
Should I do like this?
Hey, yo, if you do that, you gotta get out.
Did Shawn Michaels do that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough. All right.
Like
all
about to do a
right.
fusion, little trunk and go down and shit. But all right, and
Holy shit.
all right, and
Hi.
but I mean, we went off a couple of tangents. I don't want to get into the battle with the females, so we're gonna end it right there.
Yeah, because mine come back tomorrow.
But yeah, I don't need that kind of conversation. But man, me and my queen understand. You know what I'm saying? So we all good. But that's our conversation that we had today. Don't forget to follow us on our IG page at _thesocialpod. We have conversations on there as well. So you know we have other stuff that doesn't make the cut here. We talk about it there too. If you want to get involved, make sure you follow us. We'll put the at name and everything like that in the description. But that is our show. Me, Steve, Darrian, Key, dark skin, light skin on and on.
Why the colorism? We just had an episode about colorism.
Because it's the reality of things.
Listen, people.
Like
vote.
y'all
The
said,
real and raw.
it's the real and raw.
Can I just say something real quick?
Go ahead.
You got 30
I don't like
seconds.
if you talk my show. If you talk my show that it's something serious. Like what?
Yeah, it is. 5 seconds. Give me countdown. Really important. Yeah, do all the subscribing and the following, the comments, but more importantly, go read, go educate yourself, and make sure you go vote. There's another debate coming up, I think, next month or so.
Please watch the debates.
So please watch the debates.
Andrew
Please
Yang
educate
out here
yourself.
giving out money, and no one out here talking about that.
Please educate yourself. Please know what candidate you want to vote for and their policies, aka Kamala Harris for president. And then secondly, please do not distract you from the fact. Don't let the fact of ASAP or Trump helping ASAP try to get ASAP out of jail. Don't let that distract you.
Distraction.
Because he's still what he is.
Wait.
All right.
Just
God was speaking through me. Oof.
don't let
the Holy Ghost.
Don't let stupidity.
God was trying to speak through me.
I told you he was a pastor today. He was out
Won't
here
he do
preaching
it?
your testimony.
No, won't he
Hey yo,
do it?
stomp the foot. Okay. It's called a Holy Ghost or a Charlie horse. Either one. I don't know which one it is.
Gotta stretch.
Catching the Holy Ghost ain't easy, ain't it?
But more importantly, make sure y'all go vote. Make sure y'all educate yourselves, and make sure y'all do what y'all gotta do.
And don't let the stupidity of others make you stupid. Basically, just because ASAP Rocky said something stupid, don't mean that you should not be stupid by not caring about what Sweeten is doing. Because then, when it happens to somebody from your family and they did something stupid, you gonna be yelling free him.
Yep.
So that's it. Don't let stupid people lead you to do stupid things as well. That's all I got for him. Light skin. It really. He trying to get darker. Oh.
Fizz. You grew up on Fizz.
We ain't talking about Martin Luther.
But nah, listen to your man. Listen to your man. That's all
I don't
can
know
say.
how.
I gotta stay on that.
We
Listen
gotta
to
get
your man.
somebody
gotta-
to do an
we
edit
gotta
point.
promote that.
What is
We gotta-
that?
No, we gotta promote that.
Yo, he said, "Listen to your man."
Listen to your man.
Hashtag listen to your man.
Listen to your
You see why I point out light skin, guys? You know, you on this side.
I just said 50-50.
50-50.
Yeah.
It's important.
You said, all right. I mean,
All right, we done.
all right. Kima said it. You heard it here first. Listen to your man. All right, we out. Oh, we'll put the backlines later. We'll talk to y'all next week.
I'm definitely about to get home.
Yo,
I'm about to get home.
Yo, when your girl around, you feel confident?
oh yeah, I'm gonna talk about shit.
What you talking about?
She gonna ask me, "Oh, what did you guys talk about?"
All the time. Not listening.
Word.
This one asked me what y'all talked about. I'm saying, nothing.
Like, nah, it was,